Hello and welcome everyone. This is Rakesh Pradhan, and in this video we are going to discuss our first DPP or daily practice problems. Okay, so the main purpose of this DPP is to keep your skills sharp during the lockdown, and definitely DPPs or daily practice problems help you a lot in achieving your means targets. Okay, so I hope that you all of you have tried these questions before watching the video. If you have not, then you can stop watching this video right now, and first of all try the all the questions. You can find the link to this DPP in the description section. Okay, and after trying you can continue watching the video. So I'm going to start the discussion, and with the first problem. A person travels along a straight road for the first half length with constant speed v1 and the second half length with a constant speed v2. Average speed v is. So in this problem, actually, I have missed something in the options. Anyway, we are going to solve it here. So the question says that a person is moving on a straight path. Okay, and the points initial point, let's say that this point is A, and the final position is B, and the midpoint, exactly midpoint, is C over here. We can say that if AC distance is D, then CB will also be equal to D, because the question says that first half distance and the second half length, first half length and second half length, it means that both halves are equal. Okay, now from A to C, the person moves with velocity v1, and from C to B it moves with velocity v2. Okay, so we have to find out the average speed or average velocity, average speed. Okay, so average speed, the formula for average speed is equal to total distance traveled whole divided by total time taken, total time taken, right? Now the total distance traveled is d plus d, but total time taken we don't know about it. So let's say that from A to C it took time t1, and from C to B it took time t2. So we can write it as t1 plus t2. Now we are going to calculate the value of t1 and t2. So time is what? Time is what? Distance upon speed, right? Distance upon speed. So from this relation, we can say that T1 will be equal to distance d upon speed v1, and T2 will be equal to distance d upon v2. Now we are going to put these values of T1 and T2 in this equation of average velocity, average speed. So we will get 2d divided by d upon v1 plus d upon v2. Now we are going to take LCM, and the relation will become 2d divided by, I will take d as common here, and this equation will become v1 plus v2 upon v1 v2, right? So we can say that average speed will be equal to d, and d will get cancelled out, and it will become 2v1 v2 upon v1 plus v2. So this is your correct answer. So the answer should be v1 v2, 2v times v1 v2 upon v1 plus v2. This should be your correct answer. Okay, now let's move to the next problem. Velocity time curve for a body projected vertically upwards is. तो अगर आप किसी भी बॉडी को वर्टिकली अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में प्रोजेक्ट कर देते हैं यू वेलोसिटी के साथ, तो क्या होता है? वो धीरे धीरे नीचे आ जाता है. आपको कौन सा ग्राफ यहाँ पे प्लॉट करना है? वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ, राइट? नाउ लेट्स राइट an equation for velocity versus time. Velocity and time, the relation between velocity and time is v is equal to u plus a into t. Now see that velocity is directly proportional to t, right? Means it is a direct relation, which means it will be a linear function. It is a linear function, which means we will get a straight line. So this is time, this is your velocity. Now see, for the first half, when the object is moving towards the upward direction, the velocity should be taken as positive, and when it is coming downward direction, the velocity should be taken as negative, which means that we will get this equation as this graph as like this. we are going to get the graph like this. Okay, so for the first half, means for t by 2 second, it will be means in t by 2 seconds, it will reach at the highest point where its velocity will be 0, and in t time it will reach back to the ground. Okay, where its velocity will be negative, right? So this will be your graph of means velocity time graph of object which has been thrown vertically upward. So it will be straight line. Your answer is straight line. But we have already we have already checked that it will be straight line because the function is linear. Always remember that whenever y is proportional to x, it will be a linear function. Okay, and when y is proportional to x square, then it will be a parabolic function. Okay, and when y is inversely proportional to x, it is a hyperbolic function, right? So these three you need to remember. And when you will reach to when you will be in class 11th, then I will be able to explain it why it happens. Okay, since you are in ninth class, so you just have to memorize it for now, right? So in x-axis, in the place of x-axis we have here time, and in place of y-axis we have velocity. So here we have the relation velocity is directly proportional to time t. That is why the function is linear and we will get a straight line, right? So I hope that you understood it. Now let's move to the next problem. और नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन जो है वो आपका लॉजिकल रीजनिंग का है, जो कि मैथ सेक्शन से है, मेंटल एबिलिटी से। इसमें इस क्वेश्चन में एक इन्फॉर्मेशन मिसिंग था। मैंने जब इसको अभी सॉल्व किया तो मुझे पता चला, और इस इन्फॉर्मेशन को मैं यहाँ पे प्रोवाइड कर रहा हूँ और इसको मैं नेक्स्ट डीपीपी में डिस्कस करूंगा ताकि आप लोग इसको एक बार और ट्राई कर लें, ठीक है? और वो इन्फॉर्मेशन क्या है? Q इज नीदर नेबर ऑफ P नॉर W। ये एक एक्स्ट्रा इन्फॉर्मेशन जो कि इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने में आपको जरूरत पड़ेगी, ठीक है? तो ये क्वेश्चन बेसिकली आपको सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट वाले प्रॉब्लम से बिलोंग करता है। सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट, आई होप कि इसको आप लोग ट्राई करेंगे और आपको काफ़ी अच्छा लगेगा इसको सॉल्व करके, और अब आप लोग सॉल्व कर सकते हैं इसको इस इन्फॉर्मेशन के बाद, राइट? मैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे आता हूँ। द लेयर विच सेपरेट्स प्रोटोप्लाज्म एंड द आउटर एनवायरनमेंट इज कॉल्ड, इसको हम लोग कहते हैं सेल वॉल, ठीक है? बायोलॉजी का प्रॉब्लम है ये। प्रोटोप्लाज्म और को एनवायरनमेंट से सेपरेट करने वाले लेयर को हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? सेल वॉल कहते हैं। Okay, so let's move to the next problem. Which of the following statement is are incorrect? So we have to identify which of the following statement are incorrect. गलत statements को हमको यहाँ से अलग करना है. Okay, so first option is first statement is centrifugation method can be used to separate butter from cream. आप लोगों ने घर में देखा होगा कि जब भी आपको घी बनाना होता है मलाई का यूज करके, तो उसको सेंट्रीफ्यूगेशन मेथड का ही यूज करके सेपरेट किया जाता है, ठीक है? या तो आप ग्राइंडर में करते होंगे या फिर उसका जो ब्लेंडर होता है, हैंड ब्लेंडर वगैरह होता है, उसका यूज करके सेपरेट किया जाता है। तो ये स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है। ओके, सेकंड स्टेटमेंट, कलर्ड कंपोनेंट ऑफ ब्लू इंक कैन बी सेपरेटेड बाय इवेपोरेशन, बिल्कुल सही है भाई। ये आप इंक को जब भी धूप में रख देंगे तो देखेंगे कि वो काला हो जाता है। क्यों काला हो जाता है? क्योंकि उसमें से ब्लू कलर इवेपोरेट हो जाता है। तो कलर कंपोनेंट को आप सेपरेट कर सकते हैं इवेपोरेशन मेथड का यूज करके, ठीक? तो ये भी करेक्ट है। क्रोमेटोग्राफी कैन बी यूज टू डिटेक्ट ड्रग्स इन ब्लड, हाँ ये भी सही स्टेटमेंट है। क्रोमेटोग्राफी का ही यूज किया जाता है। क्रोमेटोग्राफी एक ऐसी टेक्निक है जिसमें लाइट का यूज किया जाता है, ठीक है? हाँ, ब्लड में ड्रग्स को के अमाउंट को पता करने के लिए। नेक्स्ट, कैम्फर कैन बी सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम सॉल्ट बाय क्रिस्टलाइजेशन, नहीं, क्रिस्टलाइजेशन से तो कैम्फर ही बना रहेगा। आप क्रिस्टलाइजेशन का यूज करके कैम्फर को अलग नहीं कर सकते, ठीक? तो फोर्थ स्टेटमेंट जो है वो इनकरेक्ट है। इट मींस आपका ऑप्शन आ जाएगा सी, फोर्थ ओनली, right? So this was your DPP first, and I'm attaching the link for second DPP also in the description section. So download it and solve those problems, and I will release another video on the solution of DPP2 including this third problem. Okay, so wish you all the best and thank you so much.